wanna share, we wanna hear ya. We all win, win, win. Hey you, hi there. We wanna know who you are. Shoot for the stars. Hey you, hi there. With JRoQ and Quinn, it's time to begin. Hey, 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 hey. What's the
Hey you.
Hi there.
Welcome to the Hey You, Hi There podcast. This is the first episode. My name's JRoQ.
I'm Quinn.
I'm Melaniie.
And we're super excited to be able to bring this new show to you guys. I think we always have great conversations just amongst ourselves, amongst our friends. And, especially through the quarantine, just being able to kind of see each other randomly throughout, spark this new love for something different.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So,
totally agree.
So I'm really excited about what this show has to bring. So I guess to get things cracking, before we get into the really meat of what the show is about, I guess we want to talk about each other and how we kind of know each other and all the things.
Yeah.
So my name's Jen, JRoQ, right?
2 N's.
Hey, 2 N's. Forget about it.
it.
But yeah, I've been in the industry for a while now. It's, going on a little bit over 2 decades now, and I've just been really fortunate to be able to continue to do what I love. And although I started playing in a band, eventually it kind of turned into something where now I get to work with other artists and I get to manage a few people, one of them being Melaniie, who's on the show.
Me.
But it's just neat. I've done a couple podcasts prior to these are years ago with my old producer, Dr. Trey.
Right.
Yeah. And
Before podcasts were a thing.
right, and that's Dr. Trey, Trey, not Dr. Dre. I mean, that would be cool too. But yeah, that and it just really taught me just like how to. I mean, I think it was really cool that I guess I wanted to say is that we weren't trying to get an audience. We just liked the opportunity to do something fun, and we would talk to each other anyway. So we would just talk till like the wee hours of the morning about random stuff. So like let's just put something to it, and like maybe if we could just share like have people come on the show and share some random like original music and then just talk story with them, that'd be pretty cool. And then it turned into something where at some point we had like Fiji in our studio on a show. I know, and it's just it's so cool because people really did appreciate it. We actually had people that talked about social issues that came on that knew about the show and asked to be on there, and that wasn't even at all where the angle of the show was toward. But I mean, to have the opportunity to have people share what they wanted to share, I mean, that's okay. Even if it's not the theme, like there's a way we can all connect to it.
Definitely.
Yes.
And I've been meaning to do another podcast. It's been years, and like
She really has.
Yes. For
guys,
real.
this has been an ongoing thing.
For a while.
And there are some things in the works, but I just love the flow of how we came about with this. It was very random,
Very
but
organic.
Yes.
but I'm finding like although it's just at the beginning of all of it, I feel like I'm so excited about what the future brings for it. We already did the second and third episode, so we kind of went in.
So we feel good about it.
Yes.
And yeah,
We see where this is going and
Yeah.
we're invested.
Yeah,
So,
so-
come
Yes,
along
we're
with us
committed.
for the
yes,
ride.
yes, yeah.
It's gonna be a ride.
Yeah. So,
Rolling with the homies.
hey, come on, Clueless is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I'm so excited.
Yes.
But anyway, so that's kind of the idea of it for the most part. It's just this is where we're at. I'm really excited to be doing this with you guys. I care about you guys so much. You guys are important people in my life, and it's cool that we get to just chat and like have real conversations.
Yes.
We don't have our tea out because we're pretty teed out. If I'm being honest, we had 2 other shows as you mentioned. So, but ordinarily we'd have the teacups and pots and soyo. Now we could just look at each other and be weird.
So
Hi, y'all.
why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, me next?
Yeah.
Okay, me next. My name is Melaniie, and I am a mother, a wife, and on the side, I'm a singer in the local music scene here in Oahu. And Jen approached me with this idea of doing, she's like, hey, you want to do like a podcast or like a YouTube, like something? I was like, yes, that sounds exciting, that sounds fun. I honestly still am not quite sure what a podcast is, but we're doing it. Apparently we're doing that right now.
What do you think a podcast is, or what did you want? Did you really just like you're just going in blind right now?
I was like, we're just talking.
I love it. Yeah.
I mean, like the first podcast I literally ever heard was Evan, our friend Evan K's
Oh,
podcast.
yeah. Okay, yes,
on
yes.
repeat.
On repeat podcast.
Yeah, and I literally had to like, I didn't know how to even get the podcast. I was like, how do I get it? And he's like, oh, there's like an app. I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, literally, I'm very new to this world, but I'm down for whatever. Let's ride, and I'm glad to do it with my 2 really good friends who I just enjoy their company. We have great energy,
And that's
y'all.
why
Okay,
it's just easy. It seems
easy.
so
It's
a
like,
moment.
natural to be together
Yeah.
and hang out, and
Yeah.
But for me, my name is Quinn, 2 N's, like Jen, 2 N's,
I
like
can't
Melanie,
stand
2
you.
eyes.
and mine's with 2 eyes. Yes, we extra.
But I work for a local retailer, like Hawaiian retailer, for the last 16 years. So I have a corporate job, but I'm also from the music scene, which is kind of how I met Jen, which we'll go into. But I've always been really drawn to female conversation, females doing things that they're passionate about and
Yes.
hitting
Come on,
it. And
females doing
honestly, that's
things.
what attracted me to Jen. And this summer, 2020 summer, Jen and I have been friends for 18 years.
Ooh, girl.
I know. And, graduating high school student age.
Yes.
Which
How
is when I met
dare
her
you.
after high school graduation. Oh, dated myself.
You kind of almost dated me as well. but
No, we're
it's
the
fine.
same age, right? But I've always been really attracted to that energy because I love just when anybody gets to do what they love to do, and we got to share that whole same baseline, which is music in our lives. So just starting off on that note, that's how I know Jen is from the music scene. I was part of a band in high school, and our drummer couldn't make it to a grad party that guess who was playing after us, which is Jen, and I was a huge fan of Jen
So
and her
cute.
group.
Love it.
So with her sitting in on drums, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. And then I'm calling out the next song, and we have a couple of her songs in the set list. She's like, I got this one. But that's how I met. And then I met Melanie through Jen
Yes.
a few years ago.
Yes.
And just we've been friends and hit off ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we have a cool music family. Obviously, there's more folks that's usually
Just
there,
3
but
of us,
I mean,
yeah.
that would be. I don't think we'd get through an episode if we had everybody around a table.
The 18-hour podcast.
Yeah. So, but what's
Just
really,
screaming
but
and
I love it
laughing.
because we're doing this, but Evan has a podcast, the On Repeat podcast. Lena just started hers.
Yes.
Lena Robbins Tamare just started her little quarantines.
And everyone has, or a bunch of people have YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on Instagram doing lives or even
Yes.
just posting content, all creative content. We get
Yes.
It's awesome being part of that
Yeah.
family.
It is.
Yeah. And so I think that's kind of where it was with the quarantine happening. Mel and I started doing lives on Sundays, and then just kind of like just trying to keep the vocal cords warm and
Yes.
trying to keep my hands from getting arthritis, and then some serious issues came up, and you guys all know, like, Black Lives Matter has become something that has just been taken more seriously than ever, I feel
Yeah.
like, with with society as a whole. And although the work's not close to being done, and there's so much more to do, I think that as was mentioned, like this whole thing with COVID-19 was almost kind of like a great way to elevate the movement, because there's not a lot going on. And even if you're not the one taking the time to stop and listen and to try and educate yourself, or to try and figure out how you can support it, it's also taking time to see the ones that are not stopping to listen and that are the reason for all of this.
Yes.
And so I that's another thing I think that was why this was appropriate. So as everything was happening, I think Mel just is like, hey, can we just take a break from doing lives just to make it to so that people can focus more on that.
on the movement.
Right. And then it just became like, hey, let's not only do something different. It actually started off where, like, hey, let's do a mukbang ASMR situation where we can eat food on the mic.
Legit. Okay, look, that's
Which
how we
Mel's
started
really
with
gifted
our
at.
ideas.
So
I'm
gifted.
apparently made for it.
She's made for
Yeah.
it. More.
I mean, Quinn and I chew like typical, like, Asian people.
All the
like,
noises
we
will
both
be
are just
now.
like, we're just like, nothing's coming out. No one can hear me chewing. I'm trying so hard right now. And then Mel's over there just like crunching and like,
She
and I'm
could
like, you're
sell
doing
all the food.
I was impressed with myself, okay?
I was like,
with
you're
her
doing the
sounds.
same amount of effort we're doing. Why does yours sound
eating the
so
exact same
delicious?
thing.
And hers sounded more delicious, where I wanted to take the food out of her mouth and eat it. Anyway, Anyway, so it started off really lighthearted, but then at the same time, like, let's not forget about it.
Yes.
So
Never,
that's
yeah.
what we wanted to do with this. It's just an opportunity for us to just talk about
Everything. Yeah.
just things that are happening and going on, and to try to make a positive space.
Exactly.
Just because that's what we're about, I think, generally.
Yeah.
If you have to pull anything positive out of the COVID situation, and I say COVID because I feel like the world got to take a moment for
Yeah.
themselves, and
It's global.
it's if you're gonna pull anything positive out of that, there's a self-reflection, reflection on social issues, just taking
Take the
this
time to
time that a
educate
lot of people
yourself.
never knew
Yeah.
that they had, and having that and turning it whether into something positive or learning or anything, anything that you could have great that could have came out of a
Yes.
situation that the whole world faced. Where we are hoping to bring that and continue to bring that throughout the months to come, based on what we learned during this time.
Yes.
Just friendship and connecting with
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah. And COVID-19,
Yeah.
like, Quinn and I got a lot closer because
we've
although
always been close.
Yeah.
we've been
but
close,
it's been-
but
We just talk on the phone and fall asleep.
yeah,
yeah,
basically.
but
We're
no,
an old
it's
married couple.
yeah, weird. No, but it's crazy because as close as we are, it's close as in we can have a really great conversation and then continue off where we left off, even though we're busy.
Yeah.
So I felt like even if close to me, it's like no, we didn't always talk and we didn't always hang out and see each other. But Quinn over the years always kept in touch and really check in. I mean, I wish I could say I was a better friend,
Quinny's
but
the best. She will
I'm that
always
kind of
pop in and
friend.
just let you know, hey, I'm
She's just a
thinking of you.
stalker
I
in the
love
dark.
you. I know, and
I'm
it's
still
so
here.
needed, and I love
Yeah.
you.
coming from behind the
I love you
plants.
guys, yes. Hey guys,
No.
remember me?
Hey, you hi there.
But you know what? What's great is the energy there. I appreciated you not having necessarily an expectation for me as a friend and just being able to be like, hey, so what's been going on? And so literally we'll catch up on like a year or two of world events in our lives
Yeah.
that we like missed out on.
Life-changing
And then Quinn's like, oh, what, that happened? Oh, wow. And then what? And then so it's so cool to be able to do that. And now like more than ever, I feel like the two of us have been chatting a whole lot.
So much. I mean, we were able to FaceTime during COVID because we couldn't physically be together, and we just kept in touch. And it was really important to have that connection, even with your family and your friends,
Yes.
without being in the same space as them. So here we are with a podcast,
With the
basically
podcast.
replicating the same thing, but talking about things that we are passionate about, or other people that are passionate about things that we don't even know about, and being
Yes.
able to bring them into our space and have a conversation with them.
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas. I mean, and of people that we want to have on this show that are in the works. But I mean, let's talk about a couple of them that the shows that we just finished wrapping up on,
Yeah.
and just to kind of get people an idea. Like, obviously, it's not going to be focused on just those things, but it just was perfect timing.
Yeah.
So who you got?
We got actually a married couple, Misha Carvalho's.
It's a dating game.
We bring people together. No, they're been married for the last couple of years. I know them very well because it's my sister and my brother-in-law. But they got to share with us what their passions are. So they're both very highly educated, both with their master's degrees in their fields. But in addition to their regular 9 to 5, whatever they're doing for work, they're also on the side. They've created this love and enjoyment and passion for sharing meditation for Cody, my brother-in-law, and yoga for my sister. And the two of them together, we just kind of learned tonight that yoga is, I believe, 8 parts, but the
Yes,
third part being the practice, and then the fourth part being meditation. So it's interesting that the two of them are really deep into 2 separate parts of that whole process. So we got to learn more about them and more about each of their parts.
Yes.
And we actually,
And about ourselves.
yeah, and about
Yes.
ourselves during that process, during the interviews, just listening to them and applying what they say to our own lives. That's the biggest part for me with this podcast that I feel like, excited to share about, that we can take whatever the guest is into and then relate that to what we do every day or how we live our lives.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and it's because it's about, I feel like something that we all are pretty supportive of as far as each other. Like maybe what we gravitate to, that would be probably be a better word, is people that are elevating themselves.
Yeah.
You know, always trying to work on being a better version of
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's kind of where it's at. It's just like wherever you are in your journey and whatever way you're doing things to continue that journey and to maybe make an impact on more than just yourself. At least that I feel like that's going to be the ongoing theme, because for them it's just like what worked for me, so maybe other people can use it. And I love the modesty behind it. Like I just maybe if someone could possibly,
Yeah.
and I feel like
Genuine. That was
Yeah,
genuine
yeah.
too,
And
from their hearts.
And originally they weren't gonna be here on the same day, but they're just very connected, and what they do is very connected, that they like to share the space together.
Which is
So
wonderful.
when we got to go through a meditation with Cody, Katie was also on the side meditating. They're very much in tune
It's
to each
cute.
other.
Yes,
I,
super
I
cute.
love it.
It's
I
super
love
cute.
it.
They're
Couple
absolutely
goals.
beautiful.
couple
Yes.
goals for sure. Yeah, so I'm excited for you guys. I mean, it was really a blessing for us, so it's gonna be really cool for you guys to tune
Really
in for
cool.
that.
Yes.
And you know, I think we decided that the show was going to be a really short one, and we're gonna do it once a month, because like we don't want to be like scared to do more shows
Yeah.
and have too many shows
Yes.
to do.
Yeah.
So
Overwhelm ourselves
Right.
and then quit before we even get it rolling.
yeah. But
Yeah.
if you guys are into it, let us know.
Let
us
I mean, we'd
know.
love to be able to do more things for the show if y'all are into it. But if y'all
Yes.
ain't gonna be into it, then we ain't gonna do more shows.
Because let's get real, she is work.
Yes, y'all, we have been here
Y'all,
all
yeah. Look at this curtain
You know what?
situation.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's worth it. So
Yeah, so we're trying something different. I don't know how long we're going to be doing both, but I find that I tend to really like podcasts on video sometimes to get the reaction. So we're just going to try it. You never know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Chance
Also,
sombra.
also in this episode, I think we're going to be showing some things that you need to try. So sometimes a visual is necessary. And if not, just listen to Mel's mouth.
Yeah. You'll hear the
Smells
goodness.
all-
Yes.
You need to try this. Yeah.
So we're super excited because the very first place we're gonna try is right up the road from my house. It's Gotz Grindz in Kaneohe.
Their Instagram handle is at Gotz Grindz, and that's GOTZGRINDZ
Yes.
with the Z's.
You know, from the 44, you gotta spell it with the Z, not a S. Gotta spell it with a Z.
Yeah. But I love it because it's just like good old fashioned local grinds. But like
Got
it reminds me
grinds,
of
bruh.
just- yeah. And it reminds me of my mom's side, like that local Asian kind of style. So I kind of want to put that to the test, is to see like how, because my mom makes the best everything. So
Everybody's
Auntie
mom.
can throw down, bruh.
she can throw down.
You know what?
so-
Everybody's mom makes the best spam musubi. However you
mean,
make it, that's what you grew up
yeah.
with.
My mom doesn't know how to make spam musubi, so
It's okay, Mom.
it's okay. It's okay. My mother-in-law does, so she gonna teach me.
Yeah. And we're gonna find out if Gotz Grindz got what it takes. Anyways, so what's we got
Yes,
first? Let's just try it.
Arabiki musubi, which is what we're actually gonna try first.
Yes.
Oh, we got the
So-
musubi.
Yeah.
I thought we was gonna get the just arabiki by itself.
I know, that's
You
how I was
wanna
like,
get-
what? It's an
fancy.
Arabiki
Was there a
musubi.
side
Thank
order
you.
arabiki?
Yeah, that's what
I know,
See,
I was
Quinn
like,
just gotta
what?
get
See,
extra
when
fancy
you,
in all
like,
of us.
Make orders at 2:30 in the morning.
You see how you are.
I got this
So-
rapper sound.
Here's the thing. Really, the whole podcast was based around ASMR and how we wanted to talk. And how we wanted to eat in the microphone like everybody else. That's literally.
And here we
expanded.
are.
Oh
Okay, are we ready? So this is the arabiki musubi.
Cheers.
Okay, oh God, okay, I'm ready. Cheers.
No, you should be the
Cheers.
quickest one to unwrap things and wrap things, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, here we go.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Apparently, I'm the best at these things. Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm not used to hearing things so crispy. Okay, what else we got? Let's just like
Ham.
snap it at the microphones.
Well, let's go with beef stew. This is Jen's selection.
So we went there, and then on the signage outside, they mentioned how they were known for their stews, and I was like, I'm gonna walk in here. I need to have one of these.
I know.
So they had different ones, they like curry and whatnot, but I was like, you gotta try
Stew
the
in a
beef stew.
cup.
Stew in a cup.
Hey. Okay.
Oh, I love you guys. This is funny.
Wow.
I'm
I'm into it.
The flavors are there.
Oh my
Like,
god.
seriously, this is really hard.
It is really hard.
How do people do this and not laugh at themselves? How?
We do laugh at everything though.
No, but like, we're living our best lives right now, but we can't
Oh my gosh,
keep
it's
a
so
straight
good.
face.
You guys can laugh. I'm just gonna eat this.
Okay.
This is really good.
Raw.
So this is really good.
It's really good.
And I would say like, yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of flavor to it. The meat, did I just eat a meat? Because I swear it's so
I
soft
thought I
that
ate
I
meat,
ate.
but it was a potato.
Yummy. Yeah, there's potatoes, there's mushrooms, there's onions, there's carrots, and beef.
This is the
I'm not
first
sure
stew
exactly
I had
all
with
those are.
mushrooms.
Oh, is there mushrooms in here?
There, I saw like pieces, so I don't
I
know.
had one. I had
Okay,
one.
yay! I'm excited. I was trying to get a little bit of everything for everybody. Except I don't have meat in mine because I don't actually eat
Yeah.
beef, but I'm eating everything else. Okay, it's very good.
There's just beef in it, but
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It can be beef broth or something. You know, I'm okay with that.
this is delicious.
This is so good.
And again,
good.
my mom makes great beef stew, so like it's so hard to.
For you to say immediately it was good, that was like,
I
oh,
love-
it's
Well, the way we make stew, my mom makes the stew the way we like to eat it, and I basically only like potatoes and carrots in my stew with flavor. So I mean, I'm not the best person I think to judge beef stew, but
My mom said she makes beef stew differently every time. It tastes the same every time.
I love it. I know.
It's-
I hate
yeah.
when our parents go like, "Ooh, it's not as good as it usually
It's
is," and you're like, "It
it's
tastes just as great."
absolutely the same.
If
I
you're not
didn't
gonna
have to
eat,
make it.
More for me. More for me. Okay.
And then they're like, "Is it okay?"
Yeah. My mom does this. Is it okay? I forgot to put this inside. I had to put it in the last minute. It doesn't taste as good.
It
I'm like,
doesn't taste-
you're crazy. I'll eat all of it. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, this is really good. This is so
Very
another
good.
really good beef stew is usually like we would go to Mac 24/7 late at night
oh, I never
to
had
get
their
the beef stew. Mel, I'm upset. I'm upset. Don't ever talk to me. How dare you?
It's because she didn't invite us.
It's because y'all go to sleep early.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that was
That's
great.
true.
Let's move on.
Mel, what kind of utensils are we using?
We are using Melaniie Eco products.
They're biodegradable
Biodegradable,
and or sustainable.
sustainable. The plates.
We're trying really hard.
The spoon. Okay. Okay.
I did it for my sister.
Sorry, I don't know what that was.
Guys,
A chopstick snap.
Oh yeah.
I'm here for a chopstick snap. Are you kidding me? Wow. Like, can we do a
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, sorry.
Coming in
That was
hot.
you coming in
handle
hot.
it. She can
That
handle
wasn't
it.
me, man.
These are all tea sets from T2T.com.
Sponsor us.
Seriously, they need to. There's way too many things. There's
Jen
way
buys
too many-
everything
Stop.
from you guys.
My mom shouldn't be watching this.
Or
I
listening.
have T2 accessories hiding everywhere in my room. Everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay, what's next, Queen?
Okay, so when I called her this morning, or I called them this morning, I asked them what else besides that long list of other things we ordered we should absolutely try, and she said this ahi patty.
Give me a good ahi patty.
So here we go.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Wow. Oh my god.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Okay, look. I live in Kaneohe, so I'm be coming over. Okay, because that's pretty close by. I love driving to
Listen,
Kaneohe.
This ahi
would drive.
patty, are you kidding me? But
And I
wasn't
love
gonna
the
let you
ginger in here
gosh.
too.
Is that what that is?
Yes. It's just a little.
You gotta come to Mama. I love ginger.
Wow, wow, wow. No joke. No joke, you guys. Oh my god, I just had a real pop of ginger.
Me too. Literally just had it.
It is
Great.
so good. It's so good.
Wow. You want to
It's
cleanse
great.
my throat too? Thanks.
I'm finished. This is my last bite.
That's what she said.
Put your ahi patty in my mouth.
We're going straight into the musubi sampler. It's a set of 6. You can either get regular
There's 6 of them in there?
or spicy. Yes. So we're starting from the top. Umeboshi. For y'all that don't know, ume is, but it is a salted pickled Japanese plum.
You want to give us like descriptions?
Yeah.
Okay,
Some people are
come
gonna
on,
be like,
definitions.
"What's happening?" When
All
this
right.
hits the rest of the world, you gotta explain things.
Here's the thing. When I go to Japan,
Why are you guys using
I
chopsticks?
no. When I go to Japan,
I don't know.
This is a moment. It's a moment. When I go to Japan, I love to go to like a 7-Eleven because their 7-Elevens are great.
Yeah.
But I love to get me a good tuna mayo musubi and a good ume musubi.
Oh, what I'd give to go to Japan just to go to their 7-Eleven. This is super umei. Very good. I love it.
Do you like ume?
I love umei.
I love it too.
Kind of annoys me when it's a seed because then you have to like eat
me too.
around it.
Yeah.
But with this, it's in with the rice.
Yeah, and there's a big, nice, chunky layer. Because
yeah.
what I hate is when they just put like a smidge, and you're like,
Yeah.
what was that?
What about the rest of it?
Yeah.
They
Is there
need love
ume?
too.
Is there ume in here? Thank you. Ume, have some ume. Oh, okay, that's next.
Okay, we're going. It's Japanese style, so we're going from the left side. Kombu, which is my personal favorite. Kombu is kelp. That's the difference between kombu and nori. Nori is seaweed.
Oh my!
Fun
We
fact.
just
Wait a
learning
minute,
all
kelp
the
and
things
seaweed
today.
Are the same thing? Sorry.
They're cousins? Are they cousins?
Oh, it's not SpongeBob. All right, our next guest.
I worked really hard for this research.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big konbu fan.
Oh, well, eat one bite and give it to me.
Okay, so let me just try this.
It's my favorite. It's so good.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it.
And the rice is good.
Mel, you're like, your mouth is made for ASMR. Why can we hear everything you're doing? I'm like, me and Quinn Quinn and I have Japanese style. We eat like little Japanese girls who can't hear anything. I'm trying so
Mel's
hard.
going in. All the
Mel,
chewing
you're
on
like
this
way
is
over
Mel.
there and you can hear.
This is my moment right now. I'm shining. It's bright as a
I'm
star.
upset. I'm so upset. Dude, I can hear you chewing. It sounds delicious from where you're sitting. Actually, that's great. I actually liked it.
It's really good.
Yeah, but sometimes for me, if konbu is too harsh and like super strong,
It's a
like
harsh kombu.
well, like when they have too much sauce, like sometimes it's a lot.
That was good.
This was a nice mix. It was a nice mix.
It's not too sweet because sometimes it can be too sweet.
rancid.
That was perfect.
Okay, what's next, Quinny?
Okay, next is salmon. There are 0 notes for salmon because,
Salmon, bruh.
salmon.
I mean, you either know or you don't know.
Come to mama.
This is never gonna get old.
No. Okay, you guys know when you eat salmon like at a restaurant, American restaurant, versus eating salmon out of a Japanese bento? This is a Japanese bento salmon.
Explain.
I know. Explain. What
Can't. That's the explanation.
Okay. Oh gosh. Darn
you go
it.
out tonight and you try that.
Okay. So, like, from where? Where would I get an American salmon musubi?
No, not a musubi, just a
American
salmon.
experience.
Oh, okay.
Just like a regular grilled salmon versus a regular grilled salmon from a Japanese bento.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. I know what you mean. My favorite Japanese restaurant, I always get the grilled salmon. It's so good.
Right?
I don't know how y'all do it. But you do it.
You do it.
Every
And you
time.
do it well. Okay.
What's next? Let's keep it moving.
Okay. Next is Daddy G's. Mel's gonna have to give that one up.
I have to pass.
She doesn't do dairy, but there's bacon, cream cheese, and shibazuke, which is
that?
basically tsukemono, which is basically
It looks
eggplant,
wonderful.
shiso, and ginger.
Oh my god, I'm kind of excited about this one.
I'm sure it's gonna be
It's the-
phenomenal.
Daddy
the
G, so
hot
must
pink-
be Daddy Goto.
Hot pink one.
Gotz Grindz, if you could get a vegan cream cheese, I would be very happy about that.
A vegan Daddy G.
That's my daddy.
Dagon G. Oh.
I used to eat dairy, so I know cream cheese is like, yes. So I'm
You know what?
sure it's wonderful.
You know what? It's supposed to be because it's bacon.
That's right. There's bacon, cream cheese.
This is interesting.
Good combination.
I would never have even. That's
Or
like,
musubi.
that's
We need
pretty
to
intense.
ask them what the origin of this combination
How did they?
is, or
How did it come
up
to
with
be?
that.
I feel like somebody went smoke all night and then had the munchies. threw
Only
it
had
together.
bacon, cream
Yeah.
cheese,
Hey,
That's all they had left.
and tsukemono in the fridge.
ingenuity.
No. Which I'm not mad at. Good for you, Daddy G.
Whoever you
Excellent.
are.
Daddy G. Yes. All right.
Next.
Are you related to Kenny G, Betty chance? No? Okay.
Yeah, it's his dad. It's his father.
It's Granddaddy G.
Oh,
Okay, what's next?
Oh gosh,
That wasn't even funny, but
it wasn't, but
it was funny to me.
it was a consider. What is it? courtesy laugh.
How dare you?
Okay.
Let's continue on, please.
Number 5 of 6, a tuna takuan furikake. Takuan
Give me a
is
good tuna
daikon
musubi.
radish.
I'm still laughing. Okay.
And furikake, if y'all don't know, Jesus, use the Google machine. But if not,
Oh,
it's
Oh,
angry.
wow.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
oh, she was nice until
You don't know furikake. I don't know.
don't even
we
know.
I
can't
can't
be
believe
friends.
I wrote this out. Like, it's basically
verbatim.
like sesame, salt, seaweed,
If you're from the
sugar.
mainland, they don't say furikake. What do they call it?
Oh, what? I don't know.
What do they call it? They don't say furikake because they wouldn't be able to.
I feel like they don't even know what that is.
Seaweed. They're probably going Japanese seaweed.
The tiny
So-
kind.
Got little speckles of it.
Oh, little green stuffs.
with the seeds in
Something
it.
gets stuck in my teeth. Give me all of that.
We
I
don't know
want
why
extra.
people from the mainland sound like that. I just assume an inexperienced furikake eater would sound like that.
An angry one.
Okay, here's the thing. I love. Okay, what is this called? It's not called
Takuan
good.
furikake.
I love taquan. So like I like when
Oh,
I
brah.
like when it's just.
Just
Oh God,
She went home.
dude! Not only did she say "Oba," her voice went an octave lower than usual because Mel's like. She was like, "Oba."
That's how you know. That's how you know you got it.
This taquan is amazing. It's great. I love the combination.
it
Like,
tastes
right?
flippin' fantastic.
Takuan is like the first little like sushi that you have when you're a kid. It's like smells dancing.
That's my favorite so far.
Really?
That was so good.
Wow.
Ooh.
It's really good.
It's
That's the best one.
flavorful.
What is that one called?
Tuna takuan furikake.
I would
Yep,
get that.
I'm gonna
I would
get
eat
that.
that like red.
I'm coming back. I'm coming for you,
Rex.
Mickey.
Yeah, it's so good.
45726 Kamehameha Highway.
They're closed though now. I forgot their business
So
hours.
6 a.m.
I think it's like 6 to 1 or 6 to 2.
Okay.
And it's Monday through Saturday right now.
Yeah,
So,
I believe.
Yeah.
You gotta check their Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow.
Follow.
Support local.
Support
What's the last
local.
one?
The last one, as I shove this last bite in my mouth, is karaage meo furikake. So karaage is a Japanese cooking technique, which is basically frying.
What?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Basically frying, usually with chicken, which this is what this is. You eat chicken? You're good? Mm-hmm. We ate it already.
Give me all
so-
the chicken. Okay.
Girl, did you finish that whole thing?
I put the whole thing in my mouth. Didn't even take.
She did.
I didn't even take
She
half
puts
a
a
bite.
lot of whole things in her mouth.
Happily married, going on 6 years.
Congratulations.
Okay, we brought cold tofu because you know what's up. You just gotta have a moment. And then, of course, as mentioned, we have just we have the regular spam musubi because we wanted to see how good old-fashioned spam musubi
Yep.
is. They got these fancy stuff. What about a good old-fashioned spam musubi?
Daddy G's was my favorite.
That was your favorite?
I don't know if you know what, it helps that it's not a flavor that I had.
It's very different. I'm not mad at it for sure. But the thing is the tuna takuan furikake. That's literally the types of
That's what
the
you
sushis
get.
and musubis I
Yeah.
love. Like I love a good daikon sushi. Just give me the little guys and the little platter, the combination platters.
Yeah.
I eat all the yellow ones. And then tuna mayo musubis. I love it. I love it no matter what.
Always.
It's my go-to. And
Always.
so,
Your mom makes great tuna mayo musubi.
oh my gosh, y'all.
my gosh,
my
yeah.
mom made one just like this. My mom made a tuna takuan furikake one.
And it was divine.
She's never made it before. She just walks on out and says, "You guys want to try it?" And it was like hot, and it was delicious.
Just whipped it up.
Just whipped it up, and I was like, "What is this?" And she goes, "I don't know." It's-
And it was the triangle shape too, yeah. I think
Yeah,
she.
my
and
mom
I was
makes
like,
it by
I was like,
hand.
yeah. I was like, oh, does your mom? She's like, no, she makes it by hand. I was like, wow, that's so cool. I just think it's great.
100% Japanese
Attention
lady.
to detail, y'all. Okay.
And
Yeah.
when we're hanging out and she comes in the room or outside with a plate, you're like, yes.
Yeah.
It's never the same thing, and you know it's gonna hit.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
You know what? I think all tofu should have sesame seeds on it.
Did you? Oh, you did try it. Okay, I
Sorry.
didn't know we were trying it. Okay, we're trying it.
Good. Good.
Dude, how are you doing that? Why is everything you do sound so great? I can't stand you right now. It's good. It's a moment. It's tofu.
We will always get tofu regardless, right?
The sauce is good. The sauce is
sauce is
nice.
good.
The
It's
sauce
nice.
is nice.
And not crazy.
Everything was so good
Just
so
scratch
far,
me.
and what's amazing is that you can just go to one place and get all this
All
stuff.
this, bruh.
I love it.
So you could call them ahead and order it because that's what we did. That's the best way to do it because if they run out of something, then they're done.
And then
A
that's
tragedy.
All right. Well, let's before we end this segment, let's go hit that good old fashioned spam musubi. So this is which one, the original or the teriyaki?
It's the one without the purple dot on it.
So
It's anyone's guess.
are not sure.
Jen's face.
I feel like this is Riggs.
Jen
I don't know.
Jen gives me the same face when she's disappointed in me.
How dare you? You can't. Can we cheers
I'm about
this?
to rip this open.
Thank you, ladies.
Wait.
That was a moment. Oh, Mel still.
Oh,
She's not, you know what it is? She's not used to wrapping things up.
I hate you.
it's been a while.
Cheers.
What's happening?
Because my eyes were like.
She makes it sound so good. This is good.
It's good.
It's good.
It does a good
was
spam to
choked.
rice ratio, which is important in spam for you.
It is very important. This is the teriyaki.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. I could definitely use teriyaki. It's light. I like that it's not super saucy like with teriyaki sauce. I don't personally like that kind.
Well, you need to try this.
You need to try
Right,
this.
ladies?
Yeah.
Go to Gotz Grindz. We love it. Kaneohe.
Gotz Grindz with
Kaneohe
ZZ.
Representing.
Faux.
East side.
Fofo.
All right.
You need to try this. Yeah.
We've been here literally all day. I don't feel tired, exhausted at all. I feel almost recharged.
Yes.
And I'm excited for the current guests,
Yes.
the future guests, and what we're gonna get to do
The
here.
potential.
The potential.
It's endless. Possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Okay. Mini moment.
Mini moment.
Mini moment.
Girls, remember when our parents used to always know what we were doing?
Dude,
There's no social media, no cell phones, no pagers, no nothing, and they knew exactly what was happening.
yeah. I never really got spankings as a kid. I just, my parents just knew if they took away things or they had a really tough discussion, I'd feel guilty. So, like, that was the most part. And the one time I remember getting a spanking, you know, we always wear slippers or flip-flops. It depends who's listening to this. And so, you know, so back in the day when I actually had darker skin because I used to go to the beach a lot, I could also run barefoot on rocks. This
I
is
remember
not
those
at all.
days.
Yeah, this is not the case anymore. But, you know, my parents used to be like, hey, make sure you wash your feet before you come in the house. And so one time I didn't. I went outside and ran all day, came back in the house, and then my dad was like, did you wash your feet? I go, yeah. He goes, let me see. I'm like,
Oh, that's how
boy.
you know.
yeah, and then of
you're
course you show the
caught.
feet, and he's like, you're grounded. And I was like, no. And I was like, I went outside. He goes, okay, well, I'll give you a choice. Then you can either be grounded and go to your room, and you're not gonna play for the rest of the day, or you can go and give me the stick, and I'll walk your feet. I go, grab the stick. Of course, I grabbed the stick.
Of course.
Yeah, and then I got like a double, like a quick little swift like whack on each bottoms of each of my feet, and like I just had a little, and then I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah, I can go run again.
Yeah, but I can tell you this: I don't think I ever.
Never did
I
it
think
again.
I always washed my feet after
Yeah.
that. You only need it one time. At least that's for me. I feel like I only did it the one time.
I don't remember being scared of my parents. I never got lickings, but I don't remember being scared of my parents. I was like distraught, I think, if I did something wrong, and mine was the silent treatment.
Oh my gosh!
Kills me.
Yes.
Your mom ignores you.
The silent treatment. My mom is so good at silent treatment.
Like, okay, well,
no.
what's the longest silent treatment you've ever
I'm
gotten?
pretty sure. Sorry, Mom. 3 weeks.
No way.
possible?
Wait a minute. Like what?
Thanks.
What do you mean? Like what's
This was in my
silent?
adult life. As in, told her I got my first tattoo. I told her
Oh.
that I got my tattoo, and just her face, blank, so mad she couldn't even say anything. She was shaking, walked away. I don't even think she said anything.
Oh, no.
And I kept trying to talk to her. Nothing
Yeah.
for 3 weeks. And then, like, I don't know, earlier this year in quarantine, she's like, we should get matching tattoos.
Life
Time
altering.
changes, people, you
Sometimes
know?
things change.
Yeah.
I think for her, and I told her, I said, do you want me to get it removed? And she said, that would cause you more pain than when you actually got it. I would never do that to you. After it was all said and done, and just the disappointment.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about the disappointment. I want this tattoo. And 3 solid weeks.
Holy
I didn't even know
shamoly.
what I was gonna do.
That's
I
wild.
love my mom. I'm so close to my mom. She took that away for 3 weeks.
That's wild.
Wow, that's it. That's pretty intense.
No, I'd be
Because
like, "Yay!" No,
your
just
parents
kidding.
are the sweetest. Oh my
kidding.
gosh,
And then
Quinn
I got a
was the
second
sweetest. Man.
tattoo. No, she was over it by then. She's like, do whatever you want.
No,
But-
you know what though? Like, it's so
Yeah.
cool that you told her, because I did not tell my mom I got a tattoo. I wore long sleeves and jackets for a bit, and then one day she goes, "What is that? Is that a tattoo?"
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think she was probably more mad because we went with my cousin and my younger sister. We went and stayed overnight. So coming back, we went overnight and stayed overnight. I believe it was either Maui or Big Island. And then came back, all 3 of us with tattoos.
All 3.
Oh my
And it was like, of course, it was
God.
my fault, right?
Okay,
How
no.
dare you.
Okay, here's the
I'm
thing, Quinn.
sorry. I didn't
Here's-
give my mom enough credit on her silent treatment.
Here's the thing. Wow, that was I remember you mentioning possibly the tattoo. You definitely did mention Big Island, and that your younger sister and cousin also were.
You all got one.
Yeah, that's serious business. She probably was mad at you for your
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah, that's
And then we
one per
mentioned
person.
We had
3
to
weeks.
all have been over 18 because it's not like I signed for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
But still,
Yeah.
you know, we're still her babies,
Yeah.
and we.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
terrified.
Well,
definitely.
does your mom? Do any of you guys have? Does your parents have like tattoos that they regret? Because I feel like sometimes
parents
maybe
both
that's.
don't have
My
tattoos.
parents don't have any tattoos.
Oh snap!
Yep.
No, my parents
Auntie
neither.
Gina doesn't.
No,
She don't got no
man.
tattoos. What?
No, man. My mom didn't need no tattoos. That's why she was just like, "What is
That's
this?"
what you think. On her back, she says Jen and Bobby.
It's so weird. It's just odd, Quinn. But also, I'm envisioning that as a thing, and it's disgusting.
just with one end, because she's like, this hurts.
But here's the thing: nobody wants to get a tattoo in a weird body part section that it starts sagging, and so like,
I
you know what I
know.
mean? Like, you just
I went
starts.
with upper
Until
back.
later on in the
I
life.
feel like my upper back will
Gravity, don't you fail me now.
Yeah.
always
Really.
working on
Oh my god! Just like, oh my gosh.
So you didn't listen to your parents?
So Mel, what's your whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, like the sense of like I didn't get lickings very much when I was growing up.
What's
either.
lickings? Just kidding.
Well, I mean, like my mom like would slap me. Like I would get like slaps, but like not like lickings. Like I would just be like like especially my mom. She had myasthenia gravis, which is like muscular dystrophy, her weak muscles. So like she just like she would be livid and she would like rah, and I would just laugh. Okay, I was the worst.
Mel, you're awful.
But then, because she was so upset, I remember it was this one time too. It's particular. Like she was so upset, and I started laughing. She started laughing too because she knew it was like so soft, and we just both couldn't stop laughing. But yeah, I didn't get a lot of lickings growing up, and I wasn't super scared. I wasn't scared of my mom, but I was pretty scared of my dad for sure. My
Your dad is
intimidating. My
scary.
dad's an intimidating man. If you have not seen my dad,
Your
he's-
dad is definitely, but you always say he's actually a teddy bear, but dude, he don't come that way.
Yeah,
he
no,
comes
no,
full
no,
force.
no, yeah. If you
Don't
don't know
even
my
ask.
dad, yeah,
Absolutely.
my dad is like, he does his own thing. His face is very stoic, and it's like, yeah, it's very intimidating. It's very intimidating. But I didn't get lickings very often. I remember one time, though, I did get the belt because
Ooh, the bell.
I stole candy from one of my teachers, and I think it was like 5th grade.
Oh my god.
Or maybe it was 6th grade. 6th grade. Okay, I think, and it was a bunch of kids that we all like. Yeah, Mrs. Agnes. She had candy in her drawer, and like she
What
left
kind
the
of
room.
candy?
I don't even remember. It probably was terrible candy.
I was
It
gonna
was
say,
like the
was it
worst
worth
candy.
the
It wasn't
belt?
even worth it.
It was like water taffy.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And like everybody in the class like took one. Okay. So like of course that's
Saltwater
a
taffy.
noticeable difference.
Yeah.
And like she looks at like later on I guess she looked at her candy and she's like, it looks like some. Looks
Who
like it's
took my
missing-
butterscotch?
Yeah, basically, you know.
Who took my Werther's?
This is worth.
Yes. So, you know, a few of us ended up admitting, and then my parents found out, and I got the belt from my dad. But it was honestly, like, it was a very light belt. Like, it really was, it was more like, he was like, I could feel the pain in him. He's like, I gotta do this. I could tell he didn't want to, but he did, because I'm daddy's little girl. But, yeah, that was, like, really the only time I really got dirty lickings.
So the girls came over, Mel and Quinn, and we were trying to plan what we were going to do for this show. And we've been having this moment where we've been like just trying different different drinks. So I had a little Moscato for
So
the
many
ladies.
drinks.
Yes.
And I grabbed 3 glasses, and I walked in, and Quinn was going to grab the glass from me, but I thought she grabbed it, and I clearly was wrong. So the glass fell on the ground and cracked. And then I just literally panicked because I didn't know what...
I was scared.
what-
It was a
yeah.
stemmed glass.
They're
at
like
the
stem
bottom.
glass with like a gold
I was
trim
like,
around the top.
Bruh, something is.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, oh no.
You're in
And then so they're like, are you
trouble.
going to tell your mom? I'm like, I'm not going to tell her right now.
And Mel's like, are those important?
Yeah, I was like, are those important glasses? Oh my god.
I was like, probably.
We were in shock.
It's just like, you know, when you know, like your parents do inventory on it. Like when I was like, there were 6 and there's
those are some
5.
The
sturdy
stem-
glasses. Okay, look.
The stemmed glass, the base popped off, and the top, both things
Yeah.
were just sitting
Stayed
straight
intact.
on the ground, and we're just
Just
staring
the
at it.
stem, like, kind of combusted. Which so I was like, wow, that's a strong cup.
That's
Let's
exactly
talk about
what
that
Mel
first of
said.
all.
Strong cup.
But
Yeah.
also, don't pick up those shards of glass with your hands.
Yeah. Mel starts just like grabbing them,
like,
like, stop
"I gotta
touching
fix
it,
this."
please. Don't put
I
that on
know.
your skin.
I'm a professional.
Yeah. So anyway, we did that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just need a moment. I gotta figure out what to do because I don't want to bum her out. But there's a possibility she didn't hear anything. It was a really loud crack on tile floor. She absolutely heard it. But anyway, we cleaned it up. I totally tried to hide it and put it in there, and I was like, still gonna figure out like when am I gonna say it? Let me just give it a couple weeks, because by then I'm like, hey, by the way, I dropped your glass. That's usually how I do it with mom. Like,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, I
Give
dropped your
it
glass.
some-
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean? So what ends up happening is, this past week, during the week, I'm getting dinner from the kitchen, and I, you know about me and my 3-drink minimum. So I had my my plate, my hydro flask, another cup, and another thing. I don't even know what I
A
had.
Yeti.
Yeah, I think I had my bottle of Tabasco. I
A
don't know.
rolly cooler with the drinks
I know.
to a room.
And I had it all in my hand, and I was carrying it. And Mom goes, "Do you need help? Do you want to like put some of that down before you go back to your room?" And I go, "No." And she's just like, "You sure? In case you drop it?" And I go, I look at her. I give her this look like, "Girl, I'm fine." And she looked at me and was like, "I know you dropped that glass." I'm like, "Mom." I was like, "Really?" And I was like, she goes, "I could hear it." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know to tell you. I wanted to give it a couple weeks, but since sorry." I was like, "Sorry, dude."
So let's take it back to when I first got my
Period.
permit. No, let's not talk about that. That's for another conversation. Okay, yeah. My permit, okay? I was right before like the law changed back in the day, so like I got it before I was 15 years old. And I was like, "Yep, got it." Felt real. I was like, "Yo, call my girls. We gonna sneak out the house tonight because I got my permit and all." Like, what the heck? Like, what? Okay, great idea. So I take my car, I pick up my friends. We literally just drive around Kaneohe. I live in Kaneohe and they lived in Kaneohe at the time. We just drive around Kaneohe, okay? That's what we do. Go to 7-Eleven at like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh my gosh. And that's what we did when I stole the car for the first time. And I come home. And I walk in the door, and my mom is staring at me, and I can feel my world crumbling, and I was petrified. I was like, how? It's like she was like, I just woke up and I just had this feeling. I was like, how is that possible? So like,
That's what I'm talking about.
seriously, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like
Feeling.
they once the energy, like they know our energy and they can feel it, man. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
yeah. My mom's called me so many times, like where I know she goes to sleep early, and then I'll like stay out longer, and my mom would call me and be like, "Where you at? You're not home." And I'm like, "I'm gonna come soon." She still does that.
I
Does that to-
know.
yeah.
Or you're sneaking in the house and you
Yeah.
think you're in the clear, and they flip on the light, and you're like,
You feel like you're in high school
Checking the
again.
mail.
Yeah.
I mean, but now, but now, back then it was like they're just more worried because they didn't want anything to
Yeah,
happen to
for
you. Now, I
sure.
mean, it's the same, but it's for your safety.
Yes.
It's still irritating, but I do appreciate that someone cares. I mean,
Yes.
in the worst case, yeah.
Nobody cares more than my parents. I love
Yeah.
them
Yeah,
so much.
yeah. So yeah, props to our parents,
Props.
to,
Love you guys.
to mom, and
Sorry for all the things I have done in my life and will do. 'Cause I'm still growing and learning.
we're always growing and learning.
Yes.
yeah. So what for everybody listening out there, what kind of things did you do that your parents found out about that you didn't know? You thought you pulled a fast one on
Yeah.
them.
Tell us.
Tell us.
We want to
Tell us all
know.
about
We want
it.
to know
Yeah,
all the juicy
yeah.
details.
Tell us.
On a good note, ooh.
On a good note, what's the note? What's good? What's good?
Good.
The note is, us talking about this podcast and what we're basing on is passions and feeling good and putting positivity out into the world. If you have something that makes you feel good, that's brought good things to your life, share it with somebody. Share it with us, or share it with somebody you're close to, or even a stranger. I think if it makes you feel good, there's a really good possibility you could help and educate and make someone else feel good, and that's what's going to spread.
Yes.
And heal the world always, I think.
That's
Yes.
totally true.
Yes. I love that.
Definitely.
Yes.
So anyway, this has been Hey You.
Hi there.
This has been a Soul Tree Music Factory and LiveMusicHawaii.com production.
Produced and engineered by Jen JRoQ Wright. Theme song and jingles written by JRoQ and performed by JRoQ, Melaniie, and Quinn.
Tune artwork of us done by Jen Matsui. And all the other graphics done by, me.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at HeyYouHiThere3, or visit us on our website, HeyYouHiThere3.com. Send us suggestions of things we need to try, or let us know how you like the show by emailing us at HeyYouHiThere3@gmail.com.
So basically, listen, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.